Good to go.
We're here again. Welcome back. It's Hani, the podcast. We have Brad Maclellan. Did I get it right?
Maclellan.
Maclellan.
There you go.
I was close enough. English second language. I've told you this numerous times. So Brad, general manager of the Walper Hotel. Going back further than that, Cambridge Hotel and Conference Center. Great space. Cambridge. Yep. Love Cambridge. Before that, the Bruce Hotel. Mm-hmm. Finished at the general management position. Interim general manager.
Yeah.
What a cop out, whatever. You're doing the job. Did a great job. We did some cool things there. We got 5 diamonds. Mm-hmm. We had a blast. Mm-hmm. I met some sweet individuals there. You've welcomed me into that space. I was nervous at first. Freshly from New York. Mm-hmm. I'm here.
As everyone should be.
Yeah.
If you're not nervous, I don't trust you.
Stratford, Ontario. Brad, some of your accomplishments. You've been on the board of directors of, let me get this right, Stratford Destination, mm-hmm. right? It's called?
Destination Stratford.
Destination Stratford. You're currently on a wonderful board, Kitchener-Waterloo.
Explore Waterloo, so the Tourism Association for the KW area. KWC, got to include Cambridge.
Yeah. It seems like you're doing a good job even introducing this whole thing. So, what brings you here today? Coming to hang?
Just to hang out with an old colleague, an old friend. Yeah.
You look very dapper, by the way. I love the pink blazer. It's very in tune with your, approach me. I got this salmon look going on. Is that correct?
That's correct. I was just, wanting to match your energy. So
really?
I knew it was coming into.
Oh my goodness. I didn't get the memo.
You toned it down. I toned it up. But
Brad,
your energy comes from within.
Brad, it's such a pleasure to have you here today. It's such a pleasure. And it's I haven't seen you in so long. I want to know what you're doing right now. You're in the Walper space as a general manager. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me what that looks like daily? And then we'll jump into your past and what made you come here today. Yeah.
Daily as a general manager of a hotel, that's never predictable.
Yeah.
You can predict your first 5 minutes sometimes. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to review, I'm going to make sure I know what our rates are for the day and our occupancy levels and catch up on the night before. But then, the rest of the day can sometimes just take you away.
Yeah.
I mean, with the Walper, we've got 92 guest rooms, we've got 6,000 square feet of event space, and we have a full-service restaurant in the basement, TWH Social. So we tend to always have something going on in one facet or another.
Yeah. And you're also at a hype corner of Kitchener-Waterloo. Yeah. That's Queen and King, right?
Queen and King.
Yeah.
Oh, and we also have 8 tenants, so there's 8 storefronts that...
wow.
Obviously, I'm not running, but I'm their landlord. So.
Yeah. Sweet.
So
that's awesome.
Anything can happen with that space.
Is that being in that location of downtown? Is that you see some crazy things happen, or
absolutely
you're constantly juggling things?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of when I used to live in Toronto. Just the stuff you'd see on the sidewalk.
Yeah. How long did you live in Toronto for?
14 years.
14.
Yeah, it's quite a long time. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I mean, half of that was in Etobicoke.
Yeah.
So I don't, somebody's going to call me out and say, that's not Toronto.
Yeah.
But, that was at Bloor and Kipling is where I was in Etobicoke. But then we were down at Gerrard and River for the other half of that.
Sweet.
So.
That's wild. Yeah. How, 2 different locations, 3 different spaces I've seen you in.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that you, aren't afraid to travel for work. So, okay, let's go back a little bit. Mm-hmm. What made you get into, hotels, wanting to be a general manager? Yep. Can we talk about your education and some of your experiences?
For sure. So, as we go chronological, so the education is culinary management. So started off working in pubs, wanted to be a cook. And I don't think I wanted to be a cook. It was just I didn't know what else I wanted to do at the time. Very much you approach that grade 11, grade 12 marker where the society's you need to pick a career path and go for it. Yeah. And at the time I was cooking. So I'm I like cooking. I'll just go do this.
Yeah.
That was the end of that discussion and decision making. So I went to George Brown for 2 years, was chef training for the first year, transferred over to culinary management because I loved
GBC, George Brown College.
Yeah.
Home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely place.
Lovely space.
Yeah, lovely place. Yeah. Yeah, I got out of there just before they upgraded it and made it all nice. I was part of the dungeon crew in the basement, no windows.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I was a part of the renovation crew.
Were you okay?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, it's so good. I interrupt anytime.
Yeah.
And so, where was I? So from there, I guess my next batch of education was went to Trebas for audio engineering and production. Completely out of left field, but I had been making music, producing music, electronic music, kind of on my own since I was about 15. And when I heard that you could do this for a living, I'm gonna go try that. So, because I wasn't having, I love cooking, but as a career, it wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, I was just trying to figure out what's my next step. And I think the rebellious son in me would never consider business because that's what my mother did, and that's what my mother told me to do. Always said, go into business, and I was like, no, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to do what I want. Right. So it took me many years to realize I probably should have went to business, but eventually I came full circle and went into business.
Okay,
Yep.
great.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
And so, I quickly got out of audio engineering when I discovered that there was only 2,300 salaried jobs in, I think, North America. So there just wasn't a lot of opportunity for stability. And I enjoyed that as something that I would want in the future. I wasn't a big fan of the gig working. My professors at the time would warn us, if you want to make it in the recording industry, you basically have to find a recording studio that's going to let you sleep on the floor as your apartment and eat craft dinner for 7 years until someone's willing to put your name on an album, kind of thing. Yeah. And then you just have to hope that album makes it, right? So I got out of that and just decided I'll do it in the side gig, and I did some live shows and stuff after that. But at the exact same moment I decided to get out of that, I was given an opportunity to work full-time for a spring break company I was working for. So yeah, I'm jumping all over the place.
No, I'm following. My ADHD is following right along.
It is definitely a life of ADHD in terms of career, that's for sure. And I was given this opportunity to work full-time for a spring break company who I'd already been working for 6 years up until that point, doing various things, but essentially just being a party liaison on site, on destination, and running and managing the hotel operations. Mm-hmm. Which brings me to your question of how I got into hotels, and that was working for this company on site with hotel managers and directors of sales for the hotels. I looked at them and said to myself, one day, I want to join that world.
Yeah,
that's what I want to be, but not right now.
Yeah.
And so I kept going, and I eventually made my way up to operations manager of that company. And it was, we worked miracles. I want to put it, if I'm going to put it lightly, to be honest.
Yeah.
We moved, upwards of 22,000 people. And there was just 2 of us in operations. Wow. So, I don't know how we did it, but we did it. And we were responsible for, all of the ticketing and that was in the bus side. There was another person who came in for flights. So 3 of us ultimately kind of planning everything in the background.
Yeah.
Excluding the staff that was handled by somebody else. But all of the ticketing and the organization and all that sort of stuff was handled by just a few individuals. So I did that for some time until my father reached out to me and asked me to open a restaurant with him in Miramichi, New Brunswick.
Nice.
So, I heeded to that call and, gave my 2 weeks notice, packed up a little suitcase, flew out to New Brunswick. I was with my wife at the time. She wasn't my wife, or still isn't now, but I would call her my wife.
Yeah, you just met?
Yeah, no, we were living together at the time.
Yeah, so you were just like taking a risk on each other.
So yeah, we were taking a risk. She said I got to do it, so she kept the apartment in Toronto for a year. Well, I lived in New Brunswick for a year, and that was a bit tough, and then eventually we amalgamated. But I did that for 3 years, and as restaurants and relationships with your, business relationships with your parents go, it eventually didn't pan out all too well.
Yeah.
And the restaurant eventually had to close during COVID.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. But it's, you know what? I wouldn't trade it, ever.
Are you still cool with your dad?
My dad passed away in November a few years ago.
All right. I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. No, you know what, we weren't speaking at the time, and I know people, it's sad for some people to hear that. We never rekindled that relationship, but what I will say is, prior to going out there, we didn't have the strongest relationship to begin with. There's certainly some warnings from other family members saying, are you sure you want to do this? Mm-hmm. And I think there was, some underlining hope of a, you know, that they were all wrong, and you know, my father and I could kind of get back to what I don't know what I could imagine, but that was kind of the thought of moving out there. Like we can make this work. It's not that we had a terrible relationship before; we just didn't have a strong one.
Yeah. And you just wanted to kind of like jump in and take that risk a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
Risk on life.
Yeah.
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 And you're kind of the guy like, don't do this. You'll be like, but why? I want to see it for myself, right?
Yeah.
And I appreciate that about you.
Yeah, if somebody tells me not to do something,
Yeah.
I'm exactly that.
We were talking about like growing up and like parents
Yeah.
wanting to say like, no, don't do this, and like, but why? Like always wondering why. So
And
as adults, we grow up.
And I have the hardest time with my own children. You know, just remembering my own feelings of resentment when somebody wouldn't tell me why. And so I do everything in my power to break things out for them. But again, you know, they're young.
Yeah.
So even, you know, when I try to take the time, their attention span is like, ooh. So we're not there yet, but I do my best. Yeah.
Of course. I don't want to steer too far away from where your journey.
Yeah.
You were at the part where you were saying that like you were doing the restaurant thing.
Yep.
Pops
Yep.
passed away, and now like that closed. You're coming back now.
Yeah. Well, actually,
You landed back in Toronto, or
so in Stratford. Now, if I kind of rewind just a touch,
Yeah.
well, the restaurant was kind of simmering down, or smoldering out, if you would. You know, as an owner, wasn't paying myself, so I had to find some method of getting income in.
yeah, of course.
And it just kind of came across. I came across a posting by Fairmont that they were looking for home-based reservation agents. Their call center was actually in Moncton.
Oh, okay.
So I was eligible because I was within an hour and a half drive to the call center,
Yeah.
and so I could work from home. So I ended up getting involved with them. I picked up a job as an overnight reservations agent. So I would basically work, you know, 8 hours overnight, sleep a couple hours, wake up, go into the restaurant.
Yeah.
And I did this for about 9 months. A year. I did this for a year. A year.
Okay.
Yeah, trying to supplement income and trying to keep the restaurant going, and that was my first taste of hotels and service, if you would.
Yeah.
You know, because the service level that you have to provide while on the phone for Fairmont it's right up there.
Yeah, there's a script.
You know what, Fairmont's really good at. There's no script.
There's no script.
There's no script.
Okay.
You have points. Points you got because they don't want you to lose your individuality.
Yeah.
They don't want.
They want you to be authentic.
They want you to be. They want the experience to be authentic. They don't want the guests. You know, we've all had that person. You call into a hotel, and you can just tell they're reading through a checklist, because we've all asked them that one question that's just not on their checklist, and you sometimes get a response that is just not in response.
Yeah, you can tell. You're like
what
is it? On
okay,
your script?
sure, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that part.
Yeah.
Like that you can like kind of tune it to you and your personality.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It was a fabulous learning experience. They do a wonderful job there training. I had to basically go to school for a month at their office before I was allowed to even talk to somebody.
That sounds
They
intense.
they spend money on training,
Yeah.
and you know their retainership for their teams show it. I think when I was there, you know, their call center employees were like 86% retained.
Wow.
And so I was meeting people that've been there for 25 years. 30 years, like it's like wow,
Yeah.
for a call center. And so anyways, that was my like dive into that. So I said to myself, my next step's hotels. I'm getting into it now. That was my calling. I'm getting into it. So we'd made the decision. We're done with New Brunswick. It's time to move back to Ontario. And out of the pure necessity for lowered rent, we moved to Stratford.
Oh, okay.
My father-in-law had a rental unit there. He said he would give us a good deal if we moved into it, so we did.
Why not?
Why not? We had no obligation anywhere. Krista was remote, so she could work anywhere she wanted, and I was unemployed, if you would. So let's go find a place.
Of course.
And so we landed in Stratford. That's when I said, okay, I'm doing it. I'm going to go to hotels, and I started handing out resumes to every single hotel in the town, the old-fashioned way, door to door. And that's how I ended up at the Bruce Hotel.
Yeah, face value, right? Like, think about it. Like, Stratford's so beautiful itself. And, like, social media is there, like, happening now. But, like, I'm thinking COVID times when you moved there.
Yep. I moved in 2019.
Quiet. It was quiet, right? It was quiet. Like, the only way you're seeing people is door to door.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Like, you said, the old school way. Old timer.
Yeah. Oh, if somebody walks in with a resume for a senior position, I immediately have a higher kind of respect for what I'm going to be reading.
Yeah.
Because they took the time to come in and
I would think the opposite. It'd be like, this guy's weird as hell, or this person's weird as hell. Like, why did you send it in?
I think there's a finesse to it.
Okay.
Like, there's a finesse. You know, if you see that a place is posted, you know, I would say, you know, one, apply online.
Yeah, of course, always.
But then the ones that come in afterwards, you're like, listen, I applied online. I just wanted to drop this off in person.
Yeah, just wanted to follow
up. Not expecting a meeting, not expecting, you know, to meet. It says a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Great. Yeah. Okay. So we're there now. We're handing out resumes. Mm-hmm. Who do we meet?
His name was Gilad. He was the assistant general manager of the Bruce Hotel.
Okay.
And at the time, he was just working the front desk. So I came in and I was like, you know what? I'm looking to speak with the manager. Or can I hand over my resume? Just want to see if you have any open positions. Yeah. And he took it, and we said a few friendly words. And then I think like a couple hours later, I got a phone call trying to get me back for an interview.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. So how fast did you start there?
Within a couple weeks.
Okay.
I was actually flip-flopping between there and the Best Western.
Okay.
The Best Western was offering me a food and beverage position.
Okay.
And I made the decision to not go the food and beverage route after being in restaurants for 3 years. Then I want to kind of try and gain back some personal time a little later in the evening versus, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I made my decision to go to the Bruce.
Great decision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, in that journey, started in rooms, director of rooms.
No, I started as the front desk supervisor.
Front desk supervisor.
That's what they had.
When available. I met you, you were the director of rooms.
When we met, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think it was 5 months, they moved me up to front office manager. And then that's where I stayed until Gilad departed.
Okay.
And then when he departed, I kind of took on some additional roles, and eventually that's where I got the title change.
Yeah. I remember when we were talking earlier, you had said that, like, when you step into a room, you're like, I want a gun for the top position there.
Yeah.
Can you talk about your motivation behind that? Like, your goal setting when it comes to a new role or any role? I think
it's just it kind of boils down to a little bit of a personal understanding of myself. Mm-hmm. I have sometimes I have a hard time with authority. Mm-hmm. So, you know, to beat that, I just have to be the authority.
Yeah.
If you would.
Okay.
And I think I just feel more comfortable, more at ease when I'm making the decisions than when I'm potentially following decisions and disagreeing with them.
Yeah.
Right.
So what I hear is when goal setting, shoot for the top.
Exactly.
So you can make the rules as you go. No, that's great. So fast forward a little bit. Mm-hmm. Did that role for a bit.
Yep.
Then jumped into the director of rooms. And then you went to interim general manager.
That's right.
And then what brought you to Cambridge at the hotel there?
So Cambridge was the shift to the Cambridge Hotel and Conference Center. At that point, I think I just ran my time with the Bruce Hotel. I'd been there for 4 years.
Okay.
When I made the shift over.
You needed a change.
Needed to advance the career. Yeah. I wasn't... the opportunity to become the general manager of the Bruce Hotel just wasn't available to me. Yeah. We had won 5 diamonds. So in my head, I'm like, okay, I think I've accomplished everything I need to.
Yeah.
I am ready to move on. And at that time, a general manager position was posted for the Cambridge Hotel and Conference Center, to which I applied and was successful in the interview.
Hell yeah. Of course. That's awesome. You took that risk on yourself.
Yeah, and that was a big jump because
it's hard. It's hard.
It was hard.
You have a family. You have a wife. You have a house. Like
I went from being 2 minutes away in a young family.
Yeah, young family.
I was 2 minutes away from work, and now I'm, 45 to an hour away.
Yeah.
And so I installed a commute into my daily life. The Bruce Hotel, boutique small property, 26 rooms. The Cambridge Hotel and Conference Center is 138 rooms and 14,000 square feet of event space.
Yeah.
And an offsite catering company. So there was a lot of moving
Parts.
parts.
That's your favorite part.
Yeah.
You love when you can
And I loved it. Yeah. It was a busy place. It was a beast.
Yeah.
It was an absolute beast. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then fast forward again.
It was actually a year later.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the hotel went under some restructuring of the
Okay.
organization. They actually eliminated the GM position, so I
Okay.
found myself unemployed.
Sucks.
It sucks, and kind of unpredictable. You don't really hear the general manager position being eliminated from a hotel,
Not
but
at all.
it was a uniquely ran company. The ownership, they didn't specialize in hotels. They did have 3, but
Yeah.
they specialized in residential. And the managing director, who was my boss at the time, was also used to be the GM of that property at one point. So, just through measures, they decided to eliminate the position. She would watch over that property along with the others, and
Yeah.
they installed an AGM, so that was it. They still don't have a GM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So I found myself unemployed, and at the
They're a loss.
yeah, that's what I say. And then just through a series of fortunate events, found myself networking with the proper people, and was got a phone call one day out of the blue while I was still searching from another organization asking me if I wanted to take on the role of general manager for the Walper Hotel.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? How long have you been in this role now?
So I started with the organization in December of 2023. No, 2024, sorry.
24? Okay.
24, and then I took the GM role on the 15th of January.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Huge.
Thank you.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
deserve
so
it.
just over a year now.
How do you like your team?
Love the team.
Love the team.
Love the team.
Yeah.
We all have that same passion. It's about the guest experience, and just moving ahead and bettering everything we can lay our hands on, sort of thing.
Okay. Cool. I want to know, what are, the hardest moments in your career to opposed to, like, the big spotlight moments in your career.
Oh boy.
I know, right? Okay, so...
I think, you know what? One of the hardest moments in my career was that termination. That was a hard one.
But it wasn't really your fault, though. That's
Wasn't
just
my-
financial
It wasn't
things
my
they're
fault,
doing.
but you know what? I think if that's one of those things where it doesn't matter that it wasn't your fault. You're just so consumed by the what ifs of what's going to happen now. You feel tainted. And I think no matter how much an organization tells you it's not you, it's us.
Yeah. You're always going to think
You still
this
have
way.
that doubt in the back of your mind until you can prove it again otherwise. So the next 3 months were hell for me. I've got 2 young children, a mortgage, in a time when mortgage rates were going wild. Because, of course, we were on a variable rate. So our mortgage was just creeping up and up and up with everything. And so there's a lot of uncertainty. How are we going to be able to afford this? Are we going to have to sell the house? Are we going to have to move? All those things that you don't want to ever face, but you could face one day.
Yeah.
And that was certainly the hardest part of it, because I had to keep convincing myself, it's not you. It's not you. You can do this. You stick to it, stick in the business, keep going, keep applying. And that's the hardest, the applications. It's in this day and age, it's hard.
Yeah.
You apply to 300 places, you hear back from 4.
Yeah.
You get
It's a real
interviews
thing.
at 2, and
It's a real
it's
thing.
a real thing.
Yeah.
It really is.
I remember my brother telling me he applied for when he finished college.
Yeah.
College. I want to say college. The other one went to university. Yeah, the younger one. He was like, I've applied to 11 places. I've gotten 1 phone call.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what are we doing with that though? I'm gonna have the best interview of my life. So rinse and repeat.
Yep.
Yeah,
and that's it. You just have to go in giving it your best. And, I certainly interviewed for 4 or 5 different places, and I wasn't successful, and that hurts. But a lot of them were just due to either geographical instances or somebody with just a slightly little bit more experience. Right. I applied for one place that was a Marriott. And I was told I was, the only reason I didn't get it because I didn't have Marriott experience. So they went with somebody who was coming from Marriott.
Yeah, it's very true.
So they don't have to train in Marriott's ways. They just can go turnkey employee, if you would, right? So
Marriott's
Marriott's a tough one.
It's a tough one, but they know their shit.
They do.
They know their shit, and their training is intensive, and there's certain marks you have to hit, and may have.
Yeah, which is why anyone applying for a Marriott with Marriott experience immediately has that upper one. Yep.
Yeah. So if you can help someone today applying for jobs, what would you say to them? Just
don't get discouraged.
Keep going.
Just keep going. Blitzkrieg your resume as much as you humanly can. You're also fighting with AI nowadays. The AI recruiter, I hate it.
Yeah.
I do. I honestly, I hate, and I hate's a strong word. It really is. Mm-hmm. But I really hate the way that hiring is going, where an HR department is using AI to filter things out. So if you're not hitting those keywords,
then you'll never get that interview.
You don't get that interview.
Or that they won't even acknowledge your resume.
Yeah.
So
and it is,
what I hear is use AI when you're writing your resumes.
Except when I get a resume I can tell is written by AI, I immediately go,
Yeah.
So it's a wonderful game we're playing these days. In terms of how to better yourself.
Okay, you've answered the
low point.
The low point. What's the highest point in your career?
There's been so many.
Really?
There's been so many. Working with you, Hani, obviously was.
That's such a lie. Stop your noise. You're a legend on your own.
I can just hear you fishing.
Right?
Yeah.
Where's my compliment?
Where's my come on? I honestly, from the hotel hospitality point of view, the Bruce Hotel, what we did there. I think what I have to one thing I have to give Jennifer, the owner, is it was our sandbox. We were allowed to play.
Yeah.
We were allowed to kind of discover who we were while ensuring we took care of the guests. Mm-hmm. And we did great things for each other. Anyone I could help out, I put them on a pedestal when it comes to our staff and our team members. From helping people get a job in Canada, moving here from another country, to helping a colleague become one of the youngest members of Le Clé d'Or.
Huge.
Yeah, Le Clé d'Or? What it is?
No, sorry.
So have you?
No, I know some of the things you've done for employees and how even helping them apply for documentation. Mm-hmm. That's the part I'm about. I think, but no, explain the.
Well, I like talking about it just because it's you don't. Have you seen the Grand Budapest Hotel?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So that secret society of concierges, it's real.
Of course.
And that's what I'm talking. I got him into that secret society.
Nice.
And it was a very big moment for him, and I think that's.
Are we talking about Mustafa?
No, Rishi.
Oh, Rishi.
I don't know if you ever met Rishi.
Yes, I did meet Rishi.
You did?
Yeah. I thought we were talking about Mustafa. I miss Mustafa.
Yeah, Mustafa's he's in Chatham now. Is he? Yeah, he moved to a hotel there. Yeah.
Wish him all the best.
He's on his way up. Yeah. He's been fabulous. But again, it was going back to the question. Just the discovering who we could be at that place, and what about hospitality, what it was about hospitality that for us was our drive and determination. If I one example would be if we're going to talk culinary, something that you could appreciate. I don't know if you ever heard this story, but we had a family. The father was in the Navy. And they lived in Southern Ontario, but he was being moved to Halifax. And I don't know the whole story. Obviously, there's no Navy in Ontario, but maybe he just joined. I can't remember. But he was being stationed to Halifax. So he's got to move his whole family. And his son was 16. That's a hard thing for 16.
Yeah.
Got to leave all his friends behind.
Okay.
But his son was huge into culinary. He's a foodie, little foodie, loved cooking, right?
Yeah.
So as a departure gift / birthday gift, he took his son to the Bruce Hotel to dine at our restaurant.
Nice.
That was his gift.
That's so nice.
And we heard about this. So I went over and spoke to our chef at the time, Aaron Carley. And I said, "Chef, here's the deal, here's the story. What can we do for him? Can we just give him a tour of the kitchen, something?" And chef's like, "Absolutely. We'll just send him back." So, I met up with the family. I said, "When you get there, speak to your server, tell them who you are. They're expecting you. Chef wants to give you a tour." Right? So, chef brought him back and brought him back right at the time where they're plating kind of their dinner. So we had him walk through their dinner and how they plated it, and then had it go out. And it was a great experience. But unbeknownst to me, chef also said, "Hey, do you want to come back and work a stage? Do you want to make sure this is for you?"
That's
This is before stages were illegal.
Yeah.
And so, the 16-year-old kid, that was the greatest thing on earth. So his parents said yes, of course. So they came back, stayed another night while he came and worked. And so he prepared the meals for his parents.
Yeah.
And that, the feeling he got from that was just, I could just imagine myself as a 16-year-old being given my dream opportunity so early to just make sure that that's what you want.
Yeah.
I think, maybe there's at some point where we all kind of look back and go, "Oh, if I had done this then, maybe I wouldn't be doing it now."
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And that's really nice that the chef there at the time did that. Super sweet.
Fabulous guy.
Yeah.
Fabulous guy.
Never
But that was the
No,
culture.
I met him. I've met him.
Yeah.
I met him along the way. Yes, I have. He seems like a great guy.
Yeah, and that was the culture. It was, yes is the answer, what is the question? And it was...
Maybe I'll reach out to him next and just be like, "Hey man, want to chat?"
Is
he still cooking?
Give you some good stories.
Is he chefing it up?
I don't know where he's at right now, other than running marathons and being an extreme biker.
I want to say he's still cooking.
I think he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's a legend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so that's the biggest accomplishment for you. What are some guest moments that kind of made you feel like it's like a service recovery moment, whether it's the hotel or whether we answered the phone wrong and we booked a reservation wrong? How do we recover from that? What are some steps you take or your team takes?
The biggest thing I tell people is just be accountable.
Yeah.
Don't lie. Don't try and brush something under the rug. Mistakes happen. And that's how you just have to go at it.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have to be honest with them. And it's about doing everything in your power to just correct it.
Yeah.
And you can't go back in time. You can't make it not happen. But it's about, it's about how you move forward from that point. Mm-hmm. And I think 99% of people understand that mistakes happen. Sometimes you hit someone on a bad day or going through a tough time in life. And that's when you get some retaliation that people, you may not want or desire, which I think is where customer service gets that bad rap, where, you say customer service and immediately you just think of that call center where somebody's getting screamed at across the phone.
Yeah.
And that happens. It does. Because humans are human and we like to take out our frustrations on somebody who we will never see again. Mm-hmm. And I think if you understand that in your head, that it's not me, it's them, right? You can better do your job to move forward and actually solve the issue at hand for them. Yeah. And I think that's the key, is solving the issue. Mm-hmm. Most people, not most, but a lot of times people don't want to solve the issue, especially when they're getting yelled at.
Yeah, of course.
They just want to, well, here's 25% off. Are we good?
Your next day.
Are we cool?
Are we okay? We're okay.
Yeah.
Here's a free dinner.
Exactly. Here's a free dinner. Even you had a terrible time. Please come back and have another terrible time.
Have another terrible dinner.
Exactly. Without going that mile to, want to assure them that, hey, yeah, we screwed up.
Yeah.
But you know what? This isn't us. We don't normally do this.
Yeah.
It happens. We can't say it's never going to happen again. And I hope to every God there is that I can pray to, it's not going to happen to you when you come back for that free meal I'm trying to give you right now again.
Have you ever had that before?
Absolutely.
Like, where like
Absolutely.
your servers were covering one,
Yep.
and then something else happens
Yep.
to them.
Yep.
It's just the luck of the draw. It feels like
It's the luck of the draw.
Yeah.
And it's never the same thing. I would, at least I could say that it's never been the same thing. It's always something different.
Yeah.
It's last time this person found a hair in their food. This time there's like their toilet is leaking or it's clogged, right? Like it's just they're just that person that unfortunately always has a bad moment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just whatever you do, and you can you recognize that. You say, listen, last time you were here you had a terrible time. This time we're not doing so much. We're not doing better.
Yeah.
But what can we do? And I think that's the question a lot of people forget to ask. It's, what can I do for you?
Yeah, and don't, like, the viewers out there, don't forget, like, hotel folks are just humans, just making sure that you have a great time. Like, let's be gentle a little bit. There's so many moments when I'm like, that shouldn't be there. Yeah. But, like, I take a step back. I'm like, it's just humans helping humans, right? We're in the field. Yeah, and there's
a children's book that I read to my kids. Very sleepy bear, very grumpy bear. And it has the greatest kind of moral story at the end.
Yeah.
And throughout this whole book, you follow these animals. So there's a bear that's very grumpy. And you follow these animals that are just trying to instill upon this bear what they think is happiness. Mm-hmm. There's a zebra that goes, well, I love my stripes. This bear has none. Let's give him stripes. He'll be happy with stripes. That's what will cheer him up, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a lion that goes, well, he doesn't have a mane. Let's give him a mane. Without my mane, I'm just, naked. Yeah. I must have a mane. And there's a moose who's like, well, he needs antlers because without my antlers, well, I'm not a moose. These are the things that make us happy. So let's give it to this bear. And it just makes the bear more furious, absolutely raging, because none of them are listening to what's making the bear angry. Mm-hmm. And it's not until the very end where the sheep is listening between the lines of what the bear wants, and it turns out the bear just wants sleep, and they're just being noisy and disrupting the bear. So the sheep shaves off all like half their wool, stuffs a bag, and gives them a pillow. Then the bear falls asleep, and they go on happily ever after that. And I love that story because it just boils down to the essence of customer service, and I think where a lot of places get it wrong, where a lot of people can get it wrong, and by no fault of their own, it's just kind of the default people are trained into them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and actually touching on that, you do find a lot of times where I have people come up to me who work within or with me, and they go, "Hey, what do I do in an instance where somebody has this wrong or this wrong or this wrong?" They're almost expecting a book, and there's some places they hand over a book. Here's your level of recovery that you can offer for this level of screw up. Mm-hmm. But in reality, that's not what people want. They want a form of recovery that is personalized to them. Mm-hmm. And so that's where the listening comes in. And I think a lot of times, a lot of things can be resolved just by saying, what is going to make this better for you? What can I do for you? What's going to make this right? And allow them the opportunity to say, I would, just an apology. Sometimes that's all they want. It's just, I just want someone to recognize that this was terrible. Yeah. I don't want money back. I just want to make sure that it's not going to happen to somebody else in the future. Yeah. Be amazed how many times that comes up. People just want to make sure that that's not gonna happen to somebody else. Mm-hmm. That's all. That's their goal. That's all their goal is.
Well, that's good. Yeah. I guess. Sorry, I'm like, I guess.
It's all right.
It's that simple, eh? It's that simple. Like, people just
treat people care. Like people. They just want to be cared. They don't want to be treated like you're reading off a script or that they're just a number. Yeah. And I think that's what we all get. A number.
What are some trends right now that you're noticing in your hotel? Some trends. Folks booking, whether it's like social media folk coming in and out. What are some things you're noticing?
The new, if it's not Instagrammable, it's not
Instagrammable.
Instagrammable. I don't know, for an old guy.
Love
maybe.
it.
Yeah.
I'm not even that old. Cut it out. So young.
If you can't post about it or doesn't make your life look better than it is, people kind of don't want it. So, we definitely have the influencers coming in. And
what are some things that are attracting them to come in?
We're a nice property.
Okay.
we're very photographic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are.
Photogenic.
I've stayed in your rooms before.
Yeah.
Like a long time ago, when I was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a lot of great history in the building.
Yeah.
It's definitely changed since you've been there. So we had a major renovation in 2016. So it's more modernized. But I mean, we've had the Queen Mum, we've had Al Capone, we've had Louis Armstrong stay within the walls of that building.
That's wild. You got some history in there.
There's a lot of history. It used to be a forefront to prohibition and smuggling down to the U.S. Little unknown fact is, Al Capone. We all knew that Al Capone used to get whiskey from Toronto out of the distillery district. Not a lot of people knew that the rum came from Kitchener.
No, I
Waterloo.
didn't even know that history.
Yeah, so Seagram's operated a rum distillery in the Waterloo region. And a lot of it came through our building. Al Capone would come and meet with Seagram's, allegedly.
Yeah.
It's
all allegedly.
I gotta legally say this. I'm sure somewhere
alleged.
Al Capone's lawyers will still hunt me down.
Story time with Brad.
Yeah.
It's all alleged. Yeah.
Yeah, and rum barrels would be smuggled out of this region down to Detroit. And,
That's how they got it, eh?
That's how they got it.
That's sweet. So Canadians.
Yeah.
We're about that life. We're about that life. No, okay. Let's jump into more like home Brad.
Okay.
Okay. Family.
Family.
How do we balance family and work?
As much as we humanly can.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, being a general manager, you're 24/7.
Yeah.
My phone can ring at any time. Something's going on. People are always texting and looking, asking questions or needing answers, and you don't ever want that to stop.
Yeah.
You can't. And the operation's 24/7, so I can't wait until Monday to respond sometimes.
Absolutely not. It's right here, right now.
Exactly.
That's what I hear, general manager, right?
Yeah.
You never turn your phone off.
No, phone can't be off.
Yeah.
I sleep with it beside the bed. I would love to be able to be, I'm going to put my phone on the charger in the kitchen
Yeah.
and then have a phoneless sleep, but I can't do that.
No.
Because if the hotel floods or something happens
You need to
in the middle of the night, I need to know about it. I need to be involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do we stay present with family when our minds are constantly being occupied like
You
that?
just have to constantly also
Multitask.
coach yourself. You do. You have to coach yourself. My kids are young. They're 5 and 4. My daughter will be 6 come this summer. 17 months between them, and they don't have the patience to wait for you to finish your phone call or your text.
No.
As soon as you pick up the phone to call somebody, they're immediately tugging on you. This, right?
Yeah.
So
they need your attention.
Attention right now. I didn't need it for the last 2 hours, but as soon as you got on that phone, I need to show you something.
Please.
Yeah.
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 Like most recent for me was like obviously sorry, let me take it back. It's a lovely day.
Yep.
Valentine's Day, right? So hospitality, hotel industry, we're in it. The week before, the week after that. Like we're recovering, we're trying to figure out numbers, we're trying to figure out our labor, our food costs, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Staying present. That has to be the hardest thing for me lately. Like how to stay engaged at home. Because part of me loves to work, but I also love to be home.
Yep.
So it's finding that balance. That's why I asked you, how do you find that balance? How do you give me advice to find that balance?
Well, I think, I think you've found the balance in your partner.
Yeah.
I know your partner.
Yeah.
And I think that's step one, is working in this industry, what you're in for.
Yeah. That person understands.
Holidays, forget it.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, never again, right, for that person. They just understand that, Valentine's Day is a different day.
Yeah.
Or that you are going to show your appreciation throughout the year in other ways. Because maybe Valentine's Day isn't your thing.
Yeah, it's not.
Because you're associated with work. New Year's was, for me, it was always that. Everyone loved New Year's. I worked New Year's every year of my life since I was 15 years old. So it wasn't a big party or celebration for me.
Yeah.
So, to find the balance, it's about being present when you are there, making the effort.
That's true.
Every moment that you can. Incorporating them into it, bringing them into your life. I think that's another big step, is a lot of people don't want to go back to work when you leave work.
Yeah, of course.
Right? You don't want to go back to work.
No.
But I think there's something for our partners when we bring them to our work.
Yeah.
Let's go have dinner. Let's go stay.
Let's go check it out.
Let's go check it out. Come be where I am and experience this, and that it helps them to understand what you do and what you go through.
It's very true. It's very true. Like involving them almost. For me, it's like I don't, like you said, like I've been in the hospitality game forever. Like I don't really celebrate Valentine's Day. I kind of opt out though. I kind of opt out to celebrate Valentine's Day. I rather like Black History Month, right? Mm-hmm. Like when people are like Happy Valentine's Day, I'm like Happy Black History Month. So Black excellence. You know what I mean? Like so celebrating those moments for me, like I don't want something so important in my life to be overshadowed by
something.
I don't want to offend anybody. Right?
I don't want.
So like,
neither do I. But I would. It's not my show, so I can offend people.
Yeah, of course, go for it.
I think Valentine's Day is one of those like one of the most commercial days you can come up with.
But it's so real to people.
It's
very real.
Very real.
It's like
and again,
this is love for me. This one day.
I don't want to smash that because it's a high revenue generating day for our industry.
Yeah.
And many people get engaged on it, and we get many spin-off weddings from it and things like that. But for me on a personal level, it's not I don't like being, I guess it goes back to I don't like being told to do things. So don't tell me that I have to proclaim my love on this day and only this day. What happens the rest of the year?
You're bad at that. Don't tell me what to do.
I'm terrible at it. Don't tell me what to do. I'm just not going to do it.
I'm just not going to do it.
I'm just not going to do it. I'll show you.
I'll show them all.
Yeah, I'll show them all by not doing it.
I'll show them all that I always celebrate Black History Month. No, I really do love. And like being in the hospitality industry, like I'm so in it. Like I'm like, this person chose us today to celebrate this moment in their life, and like those moments warm my heart out. You know
what I think about when I either I'm kind of thinking about our lives within the hospitality industry.
Yeah.
You ever seen any of those music videos where they're talking about like multiple lives, and like you're transferring from brain to brain. You're seeing like the different views of people.
Yeah.
I always think about that.
You always think about that?
What's happening here? What's happening at that table? Like you're surrounded by so many lives intersecting.
And you could like you could go days like just watching it go down.
Exactly. You just be a voyeur in your own establishment and watch. And the other thing about hospitality is you are that butterfly effect.
Yeah.
What you do will echo through their life. Even though, and you may, because we celebrate so many special moments for people. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say that we're not the same as, the cashier at Winners. You know what I mean? Yeah. Having that interaction. But, if you serve someone a dinner on their first date, or they either just got engaged or they plan to get engaged right there at the table or afterwards. Yeah. Like,
I just had a light bulb moment, actually, now that you're saying that. They became friends afterwards, but like at the time I was doing this tasting menu, first date they've ever had, and now fast forward, I ended up working with the person that I cooked for, and then they were like, hey, you were a part of our story, you did this 10-course tasting menu on our first date, and like, I just want you to know that now we're engaged, we're getting married at the restaurant you're at now. And so it's like, holy shit, like, I've been a part of their story. And there's like you're saying, like, all these folks and their stories, like, you were a part of their story as well.
Because you did it flawlessly. Like, what would happen if that was a day where...
It was a terrible day. What if it was a terrible day?
It was a terrible day.
What if the food was horrible?
Exactly, yeah. Or someone got food poisoning, or...
No, they didn't.
Just didn't like it, right?
Yeah.
What would have happened to that life?
It's crazy.
It's wild to think in this industry how connected we are. We like to say we don't sell a plate of food, we don't sell a hotel room, we sell experiences. That's what we do in this industry, and it's very much a job. It's very much a job.
Yeah.
It's very much a career, but it's very much a life kind of altering interaction with people. I think we all have a memory in our head where if we didn't go to that restaurant or we didn't experience this with that person, we wouldn't be where we are now in that relationship.
Yeah. Let's put the spotlight on you a little bit. Okay, so Valentine's Day, we're working our balls off. Excuse my language. We're working so hard. No time. We're trying to find balance. Did you end up like bringing home flowers, chocolates?
No, I didn't.
Perfume?
No,
anything?
Perfume. Nope, nothing.
God Damn you,
I know.
pink blazer.
know.
God damn you.
You know what? And Krista would.
It's okay though. Like,
Krista definitely would have appreciated me bringing something home,
Yeah.
and there's definitely a big part of me that feels bad for not doing it.
okay.
But she had bought flowers for the kids,
Yeah.
and I didn't, maybe I just didn't know what to do. I'll be honest with that, because
Maybe, yeah.
Valentine's Day in our house now is just, it's the kids. It's driven. It's filling out all these cards for their house, for their schools. I mean,
Yeah.
my son's got
the whole classrossm, right?
whole
Or the
classroom,
whole-
and my son's got 2 classes. He's in 2 daycares.
So everybody, like 30 kids.
Yeah.
You already got your hands full.
So you add that with, my headspace for work, and
Yeah.
it's just like suddenly the day is come and gone.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's one of those moments where, should I have done more? Probably.
Yeah.
Do I feel good about it? No.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, shout out to Krista.
Yeah.
Thanks for holding us down.
She holds down the fort.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Next year, we're going to do something different, though. I'm going to send you a message, like 4 days out. Be like, yo, program that.
I'll have to
Send
set
those
aside. I'll have
flowers.
to set aside my personal beliefs of telling me what to do. I'll just.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just smother them down and, just come home some flowers. But, like, yeah. So, we didn't bring home flowers, eh? You didn't conform to society.
I'll get her back next year.
It's all good.
Yeah.
You don't have to, honestly.
She'll hold me to
I
it
think
now.
everybody has their own love language. They speak to their partners, and like I appreciate that. Like your first year at the Walper and like crushing those numbers you did, and like making history almost. And I think you kind of have to let one part slip away in order to achieve a certain.
I mean, you never want to. And
But it happens. Let's be honest. We're humans.
No, it absolutely happens. But it's again going back to that, finding the partner that is understanding, even though they may not be accepting.
Yeah.
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 And it's just as long as you understand that, every decision affects somebody in some way.
Yeah, always. And so, yeah, like, for me, it was like I've been constantly working like crazy. Didn't have time to, like, literally breathe. I had enough time to sleep, Lost a couple pounds.
Yep.
But it was worth it because we made all these people happy, and bosses are happy, teams happy. And so I'm like, holy shit, I'm forgetting one component. What about my partner? What about my dogs?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? And so I think it was like, I had a light bulb moment, and it was just like, yo, you're going to go get all those things she told you about. And I literally did it I think it was like 24, 48 hours before.
Mm-hmm.
And I let it live in the car. Like, I swear to you, it might have been a cop-out, but I, like, let it live in the car. And, like, the day hit, and I got home around, like, I want to say, like, 11:30, midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're always awake. Like, they never try to sleep without me. So, or we try to connect before we go our separate ways. Because she works that 9 to 5, and I work that close shift, right? So, like, yeah, I brought that in, and she was just like, I saw her tear up. And that's why I asked you the word balance, because I'm like, holy shit, that might be the thing people talk about. Like, making the time and effort to acknowledge that other person that waits for you at home. We have a friend coming soon in future podcasts, episodes, that's going to talk about the family perspective. What does a family go through? And so that's why I wanted to ask you, like, do you have those moments where you can't find that balance?
Absolutely.
And so that's why I was
100%.
troubling your day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about time spent? Like, is time spent really important to you at home, or is time spent at work more important? Or is it like finding?
At this stage, with my kids and my wife, time spent at home
Yeah, it's very important.
is very
because they're
important.
growing up.
It's priceless.
Yeah.
There's no way to get it back. I heard a stat the other day, and it was, how was it? So for the first 12 years of your kid's life, you spend, however much you spend with them every day, every hour you have available with them, you're with them, right? And then it starts to get less and less and less. And I think it was from 12 until 18, the total amount of time you spend with them is 3 years out of those 6 years, right?
Yeah.
And
it's
then
like half of that. Almost.
It's like half of that.
Yeah.
And then at
Wild.
18 years old, when they move out, because that's the average age of everyone moving out. So basically until they move out, right? But once they move out, the amount of time you spend with them drops down to 1 year for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So if you think about that, like, when did you move out?
I'd say like 18, 19.
18, 19, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're not even, I don't know how old your parents are, but you accumulate that. Like, so from you're moving out to when they pass away, on average, you will spend 1 year together. That if you add up all the time, equals 1 year.
I believe that.
And that's wild to think.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm constantly hearing like, hey, we haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I'm
Yeah.
like, shit.
And you know what? These years, as much as me being present, and being involved in their lives is good for them. It's selfish. It's about me, because you think about yourself at 5. Do you remember much? Maybe you've got some things that are in there, but
Yeah.
for the most part,
I don't remember
a
anything.
lot.
I don't remember nothing.
No.
I remember what happened yesterday.
I've got the odd flash. Like I remember meeting with my kindergarten teacher because that's a core memory. Like,
Yeah.
a teacher, right? And that.
Yeah.
Then I don't. Maybe I remember learning how to use the potty at one point, right? But
I hope
like if you go,
I hope you did learn
it's muscle
that.
memory now. I'm good. I got it. Most times I got it.
The best.
But it's about you, because you're never gonna. This is for you as an individual, as a parent. You're never gonna get that time back.
Yeah.
And eventually they grow up, and that's your job as a parent. Your job is to raise them to be able to leave you. That's your goal.
Yeah.
And so at some point your training comes in, and you've mission accomplished, and it's a terrible mission to accomplish because they are gone.
Yeah.
And
So
suddenly
dark.
any time you didn't spend with them
Yeah.
is you no longer can get back.
Yeah.
And so I want to be present and active as much as I humanly can.
Does your workday allow you to do that? Like, are you there 12 hours a day? Are you there 8 hours a day? Like, or every day is different for you?
Every day is different.
Every day is
different. And I try to balance it as much as humanly possible,
Yeah.
to give myself time back as much as I can and use it correctly. It's not about, I work 16 hours this day, so I'm going to take 4 hours tomorrow, but they're in school. So
Yeah.
that doesn't make a lot of sense, So it's to take it back where it matters.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that about you. That's really cool. Yeah, man, like, I don't know. I think I stopped. I don't know when it clicked, but like there was a moment where I stopped feeling guilty in a way, because I'm like, you think I don't want to be home all day? You think you think I want to be working all day? I do, but like at the same time, it's like finding that balance.
We all do. I mean, there's a great, everybody wants purpose
Yeah.
in their life, and career offers such a great form of purpose. Almost to the point where you have to force yourself to find a new purpose sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to like take a shift. Sometimes depends what your family needs, and don't be afraid to make that change for yourself. Like family first.
Yeah.
Family first.
Family always first.
Family always first.
Always first. And,
Yeah.
as much as, as a general manager, you want to instill upon everyone that the business is important. The operation certainly comes first when it comes to the operation. But when it comes to you as an individual, family.
Family first.
Family comes first.
So
if a team member comes up to me and says, I need to go
yeah.
because of this, this, and this,
Yeah.
my first response is always, absolutely.
Yeah.
Is your team set up? No? Like sometimes I get that. No, I need to go. Okay, well, you get in your car, call me,
And then
tell me what I need to do,
and I'll get them ready.
and I'll get it ready.
That's really cool.
It's just whatever you can do. It's family comes first, because the job will be there for you when you get back. Your family may not.
That's wild. That's wild. So, anything cool I need to ask you about your future endeavors? You know what I need to ask you. What things are you working on right now with the boards and whatnot? Like, what's coming up in Kitchener-Waterloo for you?
There's a big thing coming to Kitchener-Waterloo. If it gets cleared, I can't talk about it.
That's cool.
But there is definitely something in the works.
In the works?
And it'll require some okaying by the government.
Yeah.
But it will help the region certainly get to the next level in tourism where it needs to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some things you are doing for the community to give back? Or how do you immerse yourself in the community?
Immersing myself in the community is I'll be honest, it's tough at this current place, and I do everything I can. A lot of networking events, just being present as much as I can. Biggest thing is just being a part of the tourism industry, the culinary industry. So being on the board for Explore Waterloo, being on the board for Orma in the region, that gets me connected to all of the restaurant and hotel workers in the area.
Yeah.
In terms of the ground level, it's I want to do more. I do.
Yeah.
Not doing enough. We're not doing enough.
Yeah.
The Walper is such a big part of the community, and historically, it's just like we have that luxury of having always been a part of the community to the point where the community just comes to us now, where it's people are just looking for things to do. So I mean, I maybe I talk myself down because I always want to do more, but we do a lot. We work with Oktoberfest. We work with the Blues Festival. We work with the city of Kitchener very closely. So we're always involved in some way with the regional things going on right downtown. We right next to us, and this is a place I want to work with more, is the Working Center.
Yeah. Shout out to the Working Center.
Yeah.
For putting people on. Yeah. Huge organization.
Huge.
Yeah. Does a lot for the community.
Yeah. And the biggest thing right now we can offer them is food. But unfortunately, my culinary team does a bang up job of being really precise with food.
Like food costs or food in general.
Food wastage.
Food wastage.
We don't see a lot of food waste when it comes to our banquets, which is probably your highest kind of wasted area. And the team's very tight. To the point where I can't even, I can't donate food like I would like to to them. So whenever I can, I'll walk something over to them and bring them that. Nice. Bring them some kind of donation.
Yeah. Have you been right inside of there? Like,
yep.
Toured around?
Not a full tour.
Check it out. There's I believe there's I'm not sure. I haven't been there in so many years. There should be a kitchen in the way back. And
I've been in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I got slugged in a case of sausages.
Nice.
That we are donating to them.
Yeah.
But I had a couple. I've spoken to them a few times, and I've tried to donate furniture to them and things like that.
Yeah.
They didn't need it. We had stuff we were getting rid of. But they what did they say they pump out? Like 650 meals a day, something like that. It's crazy how many meals they.
It's crazy how many people that they support. It's wild how many community members go through that building.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful, the things they give back to the community.
Yeah.
At a moment, if you need resources, if you just need printouts, if you need mental health support, they'll literally steer you to where you need to go. And like I said, they have that program in the back where they teach simple skills for people that just live alone and want to cook for themselves. They even have people can just drop in and join it. It's wild, the things they provide, and I really appreciate spaces like that in a community. And they care because the community offers this.
Yeah. And it's a fabulous organization. I know it is. And maybe that maybe this kind of boils back to what we were just speaking about, is that balance. Because right now I do find it difficult to put myself personally out into the community.
Yeah.
When I could be using that time
for your family.
For my family.
Yeah.
And I don't ever want to be that dad where, he cared about so-and-so more than
but he never
his
spent
own
any
kids.
time with me. Yeah.
Exactly.
True.
Right? So
you never want that.
I'm at a segue in my life right now where I know where my time needs to be spent with my family.
Yeah.
And between that and work, I'm lacking time for other things.
Yeah.
And I know as the kids get older and they'll start having their own lives and they'll be out more and I'll see less of them, that's when I'll be able to sort of take on more of those areas for me to be more present in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild. Thank you for reminding me of that. I love the Working Center.
Yeah.
That place is dope. It's right at Queen and Charles.
Yes.
The corner.
Yep.
Literally, it's really behind you.
It's right beside. It is.
There.
It is one little tiny back alley next to us.
Yeah.
If there are rumors that there's a tunnel underneath that street that connects the two buildings.
Do you think so? How would you not find? Can you find this tunnel?
So I have an idea in our basement where it could be. I just have to take a sledgehammer to really get to it. It's been sealed off.
Yeah, let's not do that.
No, I'm going to. I'm going to. I am a curious individual. You just told me not to, so I'm going to.
You're going for it.
I'm going for it. I've already warned them that I'm going to. But that building used to be the livery yard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that was the horses' stable for the city. And so the tunnel that connected the buildings would have been used by our hotel staff to shuttle people's luggage back and forth to their carriages to keep it out of the weather.
That's fucking insane.
And then later on, it was used to smuggle barrels of rum out of the hotel onto...
We're back to Prohibition.
Yeah, and we're back to Prohibition.
We circled right back.
Yeah.
So, we're almost at the end of this whole thing. I usually like to ask, if you're a chef, if you can be any ingredient, what would you be? But wait, I got a better one for you.
Okay.
If you can set up a room as a general manager, whether it's your office or a room you like to get away and decompress in, what would this room have? I just came up with that.
Boy. What would this room have?
What would this room have to make Brad have a successful day?
So is this a room that I'm just retreating to like zen out? Or is this a room I'm going to work in?
It can be any room.
Okay.
It's what you want it to be. Because for me, if I'm in the chef's office, I'm going to get work done. Mm-hmm. I'm also decompressing. I'm doing everything in there. I'm eating. I'm multitasking.
Yep.
That's my reset. And then I'm going to get back upstairs, jump on the pass. Mm-hmm. What does this room look like to me?
Yeah. So to me, that office, that's got a... You know what? I think for me to be successful, it's got to have reasons for me to leave it.
Yeah.
So, it's maybe a closed-in space. I have, actually, my current office. My current office that I have, it helps me get stuff done. I got photos of my family. I've got no windows. So I got no distractions. I could easily be distracted by something walking by a window.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very much so. And, some people go, that's a curse. I want a window. Where's the natural lighting? Mm-hmm. But that's where I get to the, for me to be successful, I need to be able to leave my office. Mm-hmm. I need to be able to remind myself, let's get up from your chair. Get out there. Go walk around. Go do something else. Because before you know it, you've just been sitting in that chair for 5 hours, 6 hours, and...
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So in your office or in your, let's say, toolbox, you need to be able to, decompress. Mm-hmm. You need to have all the resources you need in that room. Mm-hmm. You also need to be able to leave that room. Yep. So.
Yeah, so door.
Door's important.
Door, get out.
No windows, though.
No windows.
No windows. That's terrible. I need a window to see what the outside world looks like.
I've had them all. I've had windows. I've had no windows, and I think
you like the no windows.
I like the no windows because I get so distracted.
Why are we talking about this? Why did I even answer this question? Okay, another question I like to ask.
Yep.
Just before the ending, if you can send a message to the past or give advice to younger Brad, what would you send back?
That's a good one.
Is it?
That's a good one. No, it is. I think it's a lot of internal reflection.
So much internal reflection.
Yeah.
So much.
I think it's also it's a tough one. I'll go real philosophical here because
please,
if I were to send messages back to myself, I wouldn't be where I am now. I wouldn't have discovered what I discovered. I would have made different decisions based on what I've told myself, right? Yeah. So I guess it would be a never-ending feedback loop of don't do this, don't do this, don't do this.
Yeah.
Follow your passion. And keep following your passion. Don't let something, if I were to tell myself something that hopefully wouldn't guide me too astray from the life I've lived, because I've enjoyed the life I've lived, that is just to keep following your passion and maybe be a little bit more inclined to take risks. I think I certainly lived a life of calculated risks.
Yeah.
And I think there's moments in my life where I would have been more happy if I just jumped off the bridge instead of taking the ladder, just to the right of me, kind of thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really important. That's really sweet what you just said. I just like to jump right in. I just
I know
go
that.
for it, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh shit. How do I backpedal out of this?
There was no water. What am I doing?
Right. You know, what did I get myself into?
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate that, and I didn't really think about like take more risks. Okay, back to the chef part now.
Yeah, you can ask me the ingredient
Fuck
question.
your office. That was so boring.
Terribly.
Okay,
Yeah.
because you've cooked a little bit. If you could be any ingredient, what would you be?
Oh, God. Any ingredient, right? Not meal. Ingredient.
No, man. Ain't nobody asking you about a meal.
Okay, we're gonna be right
We're not
down
planning a
to it.
menu here.
We're gonna be right down to it. Okay. I'm gonna be sugar.
You want to be sugar?
Maybe I'm gonna be sugar
That's so sweet.
because sugar is in so many things.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't even realize it.
Yeah, a lot of things. It doesn't matter if something is salty. It had some sort of sugar in it at some point.
To balance the acidity.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So
Sugar.
I'm not balance.
Or do you have a sweet tooth?
No.
That I don't
It's
know
funny.
about?
I don't.
Yeah, I'm
It's
like,
funny. I don't.
Like I've never noted. I never remember you having a sweet tooth.
Yeah, but if I'm gonna go on a theological kind of
Yeah,
level,
let's do it.
Yeah, sugar because
Sugar.
it's the balance that most people don't know is needed.
That's wild. I think you might have been the second person to say this. And then but their reasoning was because of like being a pastry chef or like being that balance. Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, if I ever go to somebody else, I'd just be wine. I don't know if you can count that as an
Yeah.
ingredient, but I mean
There's
technically it's an
there's
ingredient.
Sugar, there's sugar in wine, no?
Yeah,
Duh.
yeah, just like being
There's sugar in
social.
everything.
So
That's cool. That's cool. So, brings us to the end. Appreciate you.
thank you for having me.
I had a
Appreciate you.
blast. I didn't even call you a nerd once.
It's incredible.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, don't say
You
that.
hit it. You held it back.
I was
right?
holding
Yeah.
it back
Your
because I
tongue's
was-
your tongue's bleeding
But
from
you-
all the biting you're doing.
No, Brad, I appreciate you so much. And I can't wait to see your journey. I can't wait to see what is coming up for the community. I hope you can tell me soon because I'm a part of this community. Thank you for giving back when you can. Thank you for sharing like some of the things that you struggle with. Thank you for letting me know how you find balance and how more risk taking would have led you to different places. But I think you're here now. I think you're here for a reason. I think you've changed my life and those that you've worked with in the past. I appreciate your outlook on life because you are who you are.
Thank you, honey.
And I appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
Always.
It's been a great chat.
Always.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm going to do a follow-up one day.
Of course.
So you better be open to it.
Very much. Very much.
Love, love. Krista, thank you for being patient with him. Thank you for being his rock.
Krista, I'll make it up to you.
Always.
Valentine's Day.
Always.
2026.
2026.
One for the terrible bus.
It's understandable. Walk with grace. Forgive yourself. Love is love. Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month.
Thanks for being here again. Appreciate you. It's Hani, the podcast. Brad.